So we'll see what wisdom that has. And if I don't like it, if it's not enough to address what y'all are all going through, I'll pull more. But I think it'll feel really good. So, okay, well, I'm glad that we got like a little bit more in depth of a checkup and to be here with all of y'all. And let's get started in our reclined on the bolster pose. So go ahead, and if you want a blanket underneath you or anything, we will bring the bolster behind us with a little bit of lift, whichever height feels good. And then when you're ready, tailbone against the bolster. And I'm gonna do that blanket wrapped around my feet and underneath my ankles that I like, with the soles of the feet together, knees wide. So you could do that too. You could place blocks underneath your forearms or underneath your knees. Just whatever would feel comfy to begin settling in, wriggling those shoulder blades a little closer together. Maybe lifting the tailbone, tucking it, placing it back down. And just taking a moment, perhaps palms face down, to start to tune into some grounding energy, your exhalation, this releasing, letting go. That maybe feels really easy to tap into and like you can do it all at once. Or maybe it's just a gradual invitation today to release. Feeling those exhale breaths, the muscles of the face grow a little bit softer. And as always, knowing that you are your own best guide and teacher. So if you would at any point like to readjust your pose so that you can access a little bit more calm and support and graciousness for yourself, then please do so. We're here to tap into that sense of letting go of our own inner critic, shooting all over ourselves. I should feel this way, I should do it this way. And just tapping into our inner best friend, that voice of curiosity and compassion for whatever comes up for you. So even right here, right now, is there anywhere that you've been feeling struggle lately? Could be a physical part of the body, an emotional one. And how could we bring a little bit more lightness to that? I get really doom and gloom when things are hard, and I just like instantly want to, fix them and assume it's all my fault and I didn't do enough. So if you're at all like that too, especially when it comes to physical pain, like trying to always figure it out, just trust that this class will take you exactly where you need to go, and bring in a little bit of lightness so that we can loosen our grip a little bit and see things from perhaps a different perspective, gaining some fresh insight. Feeling that breath move into the belly, full deep inhale. Exhaling, release. Every time we breathe deeply into the belly, pulling energy from the mind into the body. Both are important, but we tend to spend a lot of time in the mind. So let's also bring it back into balance with the body. Ideally, getting to a space between the two. So you can think about depression living in the body or the past, anxiety living in the future or the mind. And somewhere between past and present, between body and mind, is this between past and future, is this blissful present moment. Making any adjustments to your pose, maybe now we bring palms face up, and let's start by bringing the thumb to the pointer finger and breathing into the place where they touch, this connection to our intuition. Giving your shoulders even more permission to soften, relax. Inhale, I know I'm breathing in. Exhale, I know I'm breathing out. Moving the thumb to the middle finger. Letting the other fingers relax, gently open. Inhale, I enjoy my in-breath. Exhale, I enjoy my out-breath. Whether that be through the nose or the mouth. And then thumb to the ring finger. Inhale, enjoy. Exhale, enjoy. And to me, that's just a sense that whatever's here for us right now, can we come to this place of acceptance? Not because we don't want to grow or change, but because in order to do that from a place that's in alignment and authentic, we need to take a moment to just accept where we're at right now. Can we just be okay with that? We don't always have to be doing things differently or fixing. So whatever you're going through, whatever you're feeling, it's all okay. What a beautiful thing to feel this release of resistance. That's where the magic happens, and then so much can really unfold for us. Even more good than we can imagine making its way towards us. And that can happen a little bit easier if we just take a moment to accept and embrace where we're at, all that we are today. So lastly, thumb to pinky finger. Inhale, accept. Exhale, embrace. And then let's go ahead and place one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. The Ho'oponopono teachings. I forgive you. I love you. I'm sorry. Thank you. Really repeating that to yourself several times, feeling it inwardly. I forgive you. I'm sorry. I love you. And thank you. Whatever order you'd like to do that. A couple more. I forgive you. I love you. I'm sorry. And thank you. And then you can stretch the arms above head, finding any gentle movement, maybe massaging the scalp or the jaw. And then we'll use the hands to help us roll to one side, come up for a restorative side twist. So bringing one hip against the midline of the bolster, and then your hands to either side, and allow whatever spacing between the knees feels natural for you. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and then exhale, lower down. You can bring a block underneath this forearm, whichever side your knees are facing. And if I'm lifting my head or moving in a different direction, it's just because I have my earphone in. So you really just settle in, find what's comfortable. Just tapping back into the inhale, the exhale. How does it feel to be in this pose? Are there any big or small adjustments you could take to feel more at ease here? Finding that anchoring breath of breathing deep down into the belly once more. Inhale. And then exhaling, just relaxing, letting go. And then whatever side is facing up, as you inhale, imagine you are filling up that whole side, or not even imagine, just feel that whole side as if there's a string lifting it up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, feel it release. And really breathing here into the low back as well, into the whole pelvis. And let's tap a little bit more into that sense of resistance that I was talking to you about earlier, which we all do. We all go through blocking ourselves, feeling resistance to look at, face, or deal with something. But the trick is that really it's the resistance that's the hardest part, not the actual facing or doing. So if there's something that you really need to let yourself feel or become aware of here, maybe it's a boundary you know you need to place, but you just don't want to, or you haven't done so yet. A conversation that needs to be had. Taking a moment here to just let that become a little bit more fluid. You could practice inhale, let, exhale, flow. Creating some more space surrounding whatever wants to come up today. Being gentle with ourselves along the way. Beautiful it is to have strong roots, but the picture that keeps coming up for me here is like whatever you rooted that you need to shake up or do differently, picture pulling that plant up out of the ground and shaking it, releasing some of the old dirt from the roots, and then finding somewhere new to plant it that's going to nurture and nourish it even better. And it might take a minute for that plant to perk back up again. And there's always a transition period. It has to get used to the new soil, the new conditions. But slowly and surely trust that wherever this plant is replanted, that will be even better for it. Trust your decision making, your intuition. Trust that these conditions are perfectly wonderful for this next stage, for whatever it is that you want to shake up and release. Take a couple more breaths on this side. What conditions are calling out to you? What are you desiring? Good. We'll go ahead and come up and switch sides. If you want to take any cat cows or some movement along the way, feel free to, using your hands to help you come up. And then when you're ready, knees to the other side, hip against the bolster, hands to either side to inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, lower down. Taking the first several moments to just really settle into the side. Is there anything you could do to feel even more supported here so that your body can really move into this wonderful state of rest and digest? The rest of the world can be ugly enough. Makes me think of Papa Joe. So just taking a moment to, only because, yeah, inside joke, but just taking a moment to beautify your surroundings. So let this be your chance to really sink into what feels good instead of what we maybe think we deserve or that's going to happen. Mm. This beautiful connection between breath and body. Feeling that whole top side expand and let go. And now that we've done the acknowledging, we can invite the letting go. An emotion's not going to go anywhere if we never address it. It will either build and grow stronger until one day we are forced to face it, or it will manifest as physical dis-ease. So we did the acknowledging on the last side, just scanning, getting curious, what wants to surface. And then once we look at it, we have the space to release it. Letting go of anything and everything that keeps us from being well, from feeling well. Definitely addressing and releasing any sense of guilt that you might feel. And even for just a moment, can we release a sense of responsibility towards other people? Not to say that they're not important, but it's so radical and yet natural to come to this place of really noticing what are your desires and letting the rest go, trusting it will all fall into place. Continuing to breathe deeply. What are you desiring? And then, since we even tend to limit ourselves within our own being and meditation, how can you take that a step further from what you think is possible to what you're truly craving, hoping, wildly imagining for yourself? Few more breaths. We'll find a child's pose next. So using your hands to help you come up, bringing your knees to either side of your bolster, You can find any movement that you like. And when you're ready, inhale, lengthen the spine, and then use your exhales to lower down. So hips over heels. If you need some more support, you could always place a blanket or block underneath the pelvis. Knees as far apart or close to the bolsters feels good. And feel free to play around with the height of the bolster. Really breathing into the backside of the body. Honoring all that you've been through to get to this point, to get here today. The good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, whatever you want to deem, our life experiences, just taking a moment to appreciate everything that had to happen to bring you to this exact moment. Appreciating the helping hands along the way, the times that you've been the helping hand. And bringing to mind anything else that you're feeling grateful for today. Naming at least 3 things for yourself. Breathing into low back, mid back, and upper back. And releasing. And then switching which side of the head is on the bolster if you haven't already. And I picked a card here today, which I'm going to read to you. So of course, if you need to readjust your pose more throughout your time here, do so. The Swan. Gliding with grace, nothing is withheld from this beautiful soul. It can discern what is genuine, authentic, loving, and what is from the ego parading. Even through the most impressive words or gestures, this soul can sense the holding within of a core of fearful separation from the divine. With grace, it allows all to be and moves amongst this world with inspiring light and grace. Paramahamsa, Great Swan, the soul that moves the souls of others, is reaching to you now. The guru, the teacher, the light, the love that is all. You are blessed by sacred divine relationship with the essence of love itself that adores you and wants only for you to be free. This oracle reaches to you now, indicating that you are held within the grace of a great soul, a teacher of the hearts of the spirits, and there is endless light bestowed upon you for protection. Your path ahead is assured. Soon you will be shifting from hope to a sense of inevitability in your attainment of the spiritual goals closest to your heart. Be with your practice of love through meditation, yoga, kindness, nature, dance, singing, whatever speaks to your heart. And know you are one with the divine, and it's only a matter of time before you realize it. And take a few more full, deep breaths here. So when you're ready, we'll go ahead and come on up. We are going to find a supported bridge pose next. So you can move your bolster off to the side, but have it within reach because we will do a twist with the bolster after our bridge pose. And then also have a block. handy, and maybe even a blanket for underneath your head for our twist. So to come on down, sometimes it can feel nice to grab underneath the thighs and just really slowly roll down a couple times. Trying to go vertebra by vertebra, just to help release wherever we've been holding. And then when you're down, we'll bring the knees to the chest, placing the hands on the knees and doing some circles to massage that sacrum low back area. And also give space for the shoulders to come even closer together. Make sure to circle both directions. And then we'll take a moment of happy baby, reaching between the knees for the outer edges of the legs, ankles, or feet. And then once you're there, readjust. So for me, like my chin lifts, my tailbone lifts. So try to relax the tailbone back down. Bring the chin back towards the throat, shoulders relaxing down. And feel free to rock side to side, straightening a leg or the other. Feeling this softening of the face, relaxing through the pelvis, hips, pelvic floor. That tailbone relaxing down. Couple more breaths. We'll bring the feet flat, hip width apart. Walk the hands towards the heels, away from the shoulders, away from the ears, and then grab your block. Lifting the hips up at any heights. We'll place the block. And we will do a legs up the wall. So my thought for today is to just keep the feet grounded and bring them a little bit wider apart. So you can always readjust your block. The wider apart just allows for your knees to sort of not have to be holding anything up. Feeling that heart space anchor deep down into the earth, growing those roots of your good intentions. Maybe something from the card that I read resonated, just all the times that you've been shown kindness, love. Even picturing yourself moving through life with that graceful swan energy, inviting in more ease throughout our day. Feeling your body release negativity and your heart growing a little lighter. Perhaps moving the chin a little side to side. Just noticing if you're feeling some holding in the jaw. If it feels comfortable, you could use your hands to massage it, or perhaps gently press the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the upper teeth. Bit of an acupressure point that can help physically release the jaw, also emotionally, mentally, to let go a little bit. And something I've been playing around a lot with lately since doing a session with my friend Clara. She did a bit of a shamanic journeying with me, and the first thing that we did was tap into our own protector energy, this side of ourselves that always wants us to feel really safe, take care of our basic needs, but it can also be a bit crippling because they can live in fear all the time. And it's this beautiful masculine sort of energy for ourselves. We all have divine masculine, divine feminine, and just getting to communicate with this protector energy for me has been huge. So times where I really am not trusting when things are good, not trusting that they're going to stay good because of the times that have been hard. And I can just talk to this protector energy and say, hey, I see you. I know you're worried, but I also just really want you to trust that everything is working out beautifully. Or when I was in Guatemala and I was having a moment of missing my daughter and feeling really worried and what are we, is she going to be okay? Am I going to be okay? And I just had a moment of talking to this protector energy and letting them know, look, she's safe. I'm safe. It's okay. And then that worry didn't come up for me again the rest of my trip. So, whatever you're going through in life, this communication with that protector is so huge. They have a really important role. But also, it's at times important to say it's okay for you to take a little bit of a back seat for a moment. Trust that I'm safe. And we can relax into contentment, enjoying what's here and now in front of us. I am safe. I am held. I give myself permission to enjoy and receive and sink into contentment. Last few breaths here. We'll bring the feet rounded, hip width apart, press into the arms to lift the hips, remove the block, and then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, lower the hips back down. You could windshield wiper the knees side to side. And then from here, we're going to bring our bolster along our left side between the knee and armpit and straighten that left leg. Then hug the right knee towards the right armpit, getting this bit of an opening, really press into that left heel, and then press the hands into the right knee just to feel this lengthening and opening, shoulders relaxed. Inhale. And with your exhale, we'll bring that knee across the body and onto your bolster. You might find that you want some extra support here. You could add more blankets or blocks. And then you can keep the shoulders grounded, or if it does feel better, always an option to stack the shoulders. Feel free to place a blanket underneath your head, set yourself up for success, to relax here. And then also know that sometimes it feels better for the low back to keep a little bit of energy in that long leg to start or throughout. Or if it feels good, you could just let both legs soften, but do whatever is going to support that low back here. Inhale, flow, exhale, go. What is a gift that you share with the world? Something that comes naturally to you, something that you light up to do, even if it feels like you don't share it with a ton of people, but just something that feels joyful to do. Maybe it's, that you always smile to your neighbor, or maybe, you're really good at being affectionate. Or maybe those are things that come to mind for me. Maybe you're really good at engineering. So whatever a gift is that you're here to share with the world, there are so many of them. Just taking the time to slow down and appreciate your unique gift. Breathing deeply, feeling that appreciation wash through your whole body. And we'll just take about 5 more deep breaths on this side. Maybe there's a gift you haven't accessed in a while that's fun to bring to mind as well. We'll start to unwind, bringing the hips back onto the mat. Both knees bent, feet flat. Lift the hips, readjust them. We'll bring your props and support over to the other side. That right leg comes long. Go ahead and hug the left knee to the left armpit, extending, press into that right heel, the long leg, and then pull the left knee towards you just for a moment to really open. And then with an exhale, we'll bring that leg across the body, readjusting the hips as desired or needed. And give yourself permission to find different support on this side than the last side. Meeting yourself with where you're at in every breath. Again, letting go of the shitting all over ourselves. And then if you would rather have stacked shoulders with your head on your bicep, that's an option. Or you could continue to have both shoulders grounding down. Inhale, flow. Exhale, go. And then on this side, let's bring to mind some needs that you have right now. Maybe it was a need to slow down and breathe. Maybe there's like a need that's a gaping hole. It's so obvious right now. How would it feel for that need to be received? Can you envision it? Or maybe it's just some small ones that come up. But taking some time to envision and feel into receiving our needs. And I like to add with ease because sometimes receiving is a lot harder for us than giving. So does it feel to receive our needs with ease? Breathing deeply. Few more full deep breaths on this side. I receive my needs with ease. Come out of this by just rolling towards the side that you're already twisted, and then use your hands to help you come up. We are going to move into our legs up the wall next. So if you only have a chair or a couch, that's totally a great option too. You can just bend your knees to drape over them. Otherwise, if you have the wall space, we'll grab our bolster for the option to place that underneath our hips. And just start by bringing your hips as close to the wall as you can. And then as you lie down, your legs come up. And then you can shuffle even closer to the wall or further away, whatever your hamstrings are needing for today. And And then if you'd like to place the bolster underneath the hips, bend the knees. I'm not on my mat, so I might slide a little bit here. I won't be the best example. But, and then bring your bolster underneath as you lift the hips. Didn't work great for me. And then you can play around. Sometimes it's nice to have the tailbone or sacrum area on the bolster, or maybe bring the bolster up more towards the shoulders and it sort of gets to hang off. Find what feels good. I have to readjust mine. Also an option to take the legs wide for a few moments, or do soles of the feet together, knees wide here. Gently bringing the chin towards the throat to lengthen the back of the neck. And let's do a few moments of a figure four on each side. So the left leg coming up, the right ankle crossing over that left knee, and then sliding the heel down the wall to whatever degree feels good for you. If you want to move the legs side to side, you could do that, or gently press the knee away from the chest. Just take about 5 breaths here. Deep, even breathing. And then we'll straighten that right leg up the wall. Left knee or left ankle over that knee, and then letting that right long leg bend as much as feels good for this side. Again, you could move the legs side to side just to feel into different places of the hip and settle in whatever ways you'd like. Relaxing through the chest and face. And then release both legs up the wall. Such a beautiful, energetic pose of just bringing energy back up and into the body. So we've done a lot of releasing, of letting go. We have this new space now to bring in what it is we would like to receive: joy, ease, contentment, safety. Belonging. Trusting you are exactly where you are meant to be. You are exactly who you are meant to be. What you want wants you. And this or something even better is already making its way towards you. I pulled one last card that I am going to read here. And it's actually the last card of the deck, so I love that. It is sort of completion. And it's called Heaven. Actually, okay, so before I do that, I want us to be in our Shavasana for this reading. So if you would like to end class with your legs up the wall, then stay here. However, if there's something that sounds even more nourishing to you, go ahead and make your way towards that, and then I'll do our reading. Breathing into the left side of the body and the right side and the left side. Back and forth between the two until you feel this wonderfully balanced place within. Heaven. You are meant to live heaven. Now, not later, sometime after you die. What use is this life and body if not to live heaven now? Look for the mad divine genius in all that is, especially the puzzling parts of your life that make you scratch your head or tear your hair or scrunch up your face and scream with frustration. Those are the places in which the divine is saying, here, heaven is hiding here. Let's unveil it together. Let me show you, let me unveil your own mad divine genius right here. Look for heaven, even in hiding. It will not withhold itself from you for long, beloved. It wants to be known by you. This oracle brings you a special message. The enlightener is calling you to more, to more, to more. More divinity, more love, more acceptance, more embrace of life itself. There is no limit in what is being offered to you from the divine lover calling to you, the beloved. Rejoice and know that the dance of love between you and the divine is a removing of veils of illusion, one at a time, until you behold each other naked and true, finally to discover you are each other. You are love. You are love. I am love. Feeling that love move into you with your inhale, into all parts of your body, especially the parts that need it the most right now. And exhale, releasing the rest. Inhaling that love, filling you up. Exhale, letting go. Continuing to practice this until, as you exhale, all that's left within you is love. So you're inhaling it in, and then you're exhaling it out. This love surrounding you with every breath you take. Knowing that you get the choice to let others into it, but you can also just enjoy it for yourself. If there is someone you'd like to share some of this energy with, picturing them surrounded in this love as well. Sometimes that person can be yourself or someone else, giving from this place of overflowing, overflowing with abundance, belonging, safety, and love. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Gently coming back to the awareness of the breath at the nostrils. Running the thumbs over the fingertips, feeling this wonderful energy you've created for yourself. Maybe opening and closing the mouth or the head side to side. Massaging the scalp, stretching the arms above head. Then you can, depending on your pose, perhaps hug the knees to the chest and then roll over to one side for a moment. Using the hands to help you come to a nice, comfortable seated position. Rooted, anchored, grounding from the heart through the seat, deep down into the earth. Inhaling those arms up and overhead, this bubble of energy and gratitude surrounding you, and bringing the hands down to the heart. We'll chant Om together one time, enjoying the benefits of this class and sharing them with the world at large. Inhale comfortably. Om. Gentle smile on our face, peacefulness in our hearts. Maybe if you're still feeling a little out of it, you could just shake it out, dance around, give yourself a little pat. And thank you for joining today. Namaste.
Thanks, Jess.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thanks, guys. You're welcome.
That was
Thank
wonderful.
you.
Good.
Congratulations on your moves, ladies. I know that's a lot of change.
Yeah, both moving at once.
New adventures.
I picked y'all cards too, separate ones, so I'll send them to you.
Oh, yay.
So,
Thank you.
okay, cool. You're welcome. Awesome. Well, I'll see you soon. Bye.
Happy birthday. Bye.